Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bold Analysis. And kindly, I want to start by first asking you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. Let's talk the Matian'gi sermon. This sermon is now trending in Twitter, and I've been looking at the dramatic developments since Tuesday morning, when Matian'gi presented himself at the DCI headquarters. Of course, you will understand that what was going on is that the investigating officer was actually demanding that Matian'gi records a statement in relation to the reports about the purported raid. So simple, it was supposed to be just responding on that. But all what has rolled out or what has come out today has been a bit interesting. And I just want us to follow bit by bit. Yesterday, the summon was served to Dunstan Omari, the lawyer, by midday, written summon. And contrary to report that he would arrive at 9 a.m, he said that because he has some other commitment later in the day, he would arrive early at 8 a.m. Probably that was also to show that I am willing to come. And when he was heading there, there was some snarl up, and he delayed a bit of some time, so that he arrived at the 9 a.m. And there was some that bit of that traffic. I remember even the lawyer saying that he had to come out of the car to talk to the police commander, the traffic commander in that place, in that area, to address the matter. Now, when the lawyers arrived at the DCI headquarters, Matian'gi was escorted by, amongst others, Dunstan Omari, who is a lawyer, who is his lawyer, Okong Omogeni, the Nyamira senator, Richard Onyonka, the Kisii senator, and there was also Rarieda MP, Otiende Amolu, amongst the battery of lawyers that were with him there. Of course, it's normal, and not normal, but of course we also saw that crowds were building around that place, around the DCI headquarters, and of course supporters were there. So when they arrived, the first drama is this: police blocked him from accessing the building with the lawyers. And I remember, and look at that.
The car will come. But where we are lighting? Songa kidogo, songa kando, utafanya kazi
And I remember when the police came back, he actually said, "I'm going to consult." So they consulted the security officer who was in charge. He consulted, and they were allowed in. When they were immediately allowed in, they were ushered in the boardroom, and that is where they were supposed to be grilled. So in the boardroom, Matian'gi and the lawyers were only engaged for 15 minutes. Now, this is the photo when they are in the room. They were in the room, They only engaged for some 15 minutes, after which we understand, according to what Odinga said, that they wanted Matian'gi to record a statement, but he refused, or rather he declined, of course, legally, because he also have a right to remain silent, because what you say will be used against you. And the lawyers might have advised him to remain silent so that lawyers were going to represent him. So at that moment, after refusing to record that statement, the investigating officer retreated and allegedly, again, secondly, going to consult. So since going to consult, they were there for more than 5 hours. I think now around 3 there, when Raila Odinga convoy also arrived. So remember, almost now 7 hours consulting. They were still probably in that boardroom. Nothing was going on. Then Raila also arrived. So when Raila arrived here, I wanted to listen to what happened, because the same story of consulting, I think he was barred from accessing the room. The officer again consulted someone, the very good person who is being consulted, then came back with this response to Raila.
The police officers are on the next boardroom alone. We have been there more than 30 times asking them to tell us what the decision is. Is the CS under arrest? Is he detained? Or no? And every other time we are being told they are consulting, which seems that directions are coming from outside the investigators. When we got impatient, we stormed into that office and told them that now either Waziri is under arrest or we are walking out. We are not owners of the DCI offices. Then they agreed to come and see us. After 3 minutes they came in. They gave a charge sheet of 2 counts. I've circulated to the media that Waziri is going to be charged with the 2 counts. We told them that is okay. They took the fingerprints of Waziri. He said that is procedure. They tried to get that logo, that famous DCI logo of petty thieves, to put on the CS. We objected vehemently and almost exchanged blows. It is not provided for under any law. It has been declared illegal and unconstitutional by Justice Kimaru. So they removed that area. So the question was, are you taking Waziri to court? They said they are not taking Waziri to court today. So what then remains is that it is a date when they will present the charge sheet before the court, and we shall present Waziri before that court, because those are the orders of the High Court. The snag what you are seeing push and pull is that Waziri, a date must be given by somebody somewhere outside when they will take to court. Most likely they want to shop which favorable court they will take Waziri, because a date to court is as simple as saying, Waziri, let Waziri appear tomorrow. So for now, that is the only bottleneck that we are waiting. A date. Waziri is not going to court. Waziri will be presented to court on a date that is going to be given. I have been told to come out here and look for the director of investigation, Mr. Eliud Lagat. That's why I've come here. He's the one to give us that date. So you'll allow me to go back and get that date, and in a very short time walk out with the Waziri and his legal team.
Oh, that's nice.
The said officer came back with the same consultation thing, and after consulting, they barred Raila Odinga from accessing the venue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is now becoming very interesting. And for me, I think my position was that whether I don't think there is no problem with Matian'gi. I've seen photos being flaunted in social media of people vilifying Matian'gi as subdued, beaten, afraid, and all, using all those sorts of adjectives to demean him. But that is what politics is. Sometimes you need to agree that when you're out of power, that's what happens. I remember listening to a clip by Kindiki saying that he's not going to maybe vilify the other ranking members. But then you just look at what has been happening over the day, and it's sort of shrouded in some mystery. There is a lot of consultation going on, and with people seeing that, I think the whole thing is lacking clarity in terms of what exactly Matian'gi went there to do. You may even ask yourself, why exactly was he even called to be there? Because when the said officer came back, of course he was not given that clarity that he was going to be there. But then, what was the whole point? If at the end of the day, you're still waiting, and it's a bit of an emotional torture, or I've always said, and I asked myself, do you think there is something that can be done to CS Matian'gi, harm him, or I saw some people talking about jailing him or so. I did see that. And the best you can do is what William Ruto is doing, if you ask me. It's a bit of that, torture here and there. The calls of consulting, to me, they make the process lack clarity. Now, secondly, the whole probe story lacks its authenticity. When you keep on flouting a situation where you have to consult about everything you're doing and trying to control the situation, remember, even elite police, I'm thinking Atitera police officers were dispatched there. And I've always don't understand for people who are in the security, why yani kitu hata iko mbali na hiyo, like we all know that there's nothing like terrorism or anything. Yani it is just the thing being investigated. But the security forces will always, or rather in that department, they'll always find a way of, of scaring people and to not go, anti-terror. You see, I've always seen that going on, and I've always wondered why that will happen. Now, creating the drama is actually turning the attention into it. I would expect that today when Matian'gi was there, Agnes Nyakango, the controller of budget, was in the National Assembly saying how she was forced to sign some documents for release of the 15 billion that was paid days to the election. We're still following that story, but then we are going to look at it. And I was wondering, don't you think that could have been the attention? Or who is playing in the script of the other? Because what is happening in the National Assembly will be of very great interest to Kenyans, and it will cut across those who support Raila and those who support William Ruto. I don't think it will cut across for people to understand more. But we've taken the attention to DCI headquarters, and we seem to be trying to sugarcoat what's going on there now. Matian'gi will most likely emerge the hero in this. And I will try, my next analysis is going to start here. I'm seeing a bit of Mr. Dude. That is how we started with Joho. But before we know, Joho was a force to reckon with. So, in the fullness of time, we may be making a hero in the name of all these dramas. Because at the end of the day, there is nothing more. There is nothing much you're going to do. Let's say the truth. Hizi vitu ni drama hapa kidogo court. We've came out of the era where you will use security comfortably to do some very mischiefs in the political arena. For this time, I think we've outgrown that level. And you'll agree with me that nothing will go beyond probably what we are seeing. But is it a fight against, is it just vilifying or parading him? Of course, the photo of Matian'gi being grilled by junior police officers or now looking subdued, and I know that photo is very interesting and is very exciting for those who support Kenya Kwanza and arousing emotions around them. Probably they are gaining that sympathy and trying to push Matian'gi to the wall. But as things go, I can tell you that in the fullness of time we'll be talking about the politics of this country in the context of Matian'gi problems.